Okay, so it's next lecture, and it's first of all, thanks for clicking and welcome to YCB, also known as your coding buddy, aka your coding buddy, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the YCB, and it's like a new beginning, you can say. Okay, so now we are going to do some hands-on, and before that, we need to cover something. Then we can perform hands-on, because if you know right now what we have, so I'm going to take same analogy. Just imagine you have a kitchen, and in the kitchen you have some ingredients, but you don't know how to cook them, right? How what to do. So you just got to know, okay, this is maybe these are the different types of ingredients. So far we covered like what are identifier, the names that you are giving to labels. Okay, so there are some set of rules. If you know, it's a very limited rule, so you can say like just you need to remember, I can use numbers, I can use alphabets A to Z, small or capital, or also you can use underscore, very important. Okay, and then we discussed many things. We discussed, if you wanted to cover up, then maybe you can watch the previous lectures, but in this lecture we are going to cover operators. So I'm not first of all, I'm not going to cover all the operators in this lecture, because we will continue in another episode, or maybe you not episode, but in the next lecture I'm gonna to cover other, because I am just gonna to cover in this one arithmetic operators. They are comparison operators, there are some boolean operators, what do we say, boolean operators or comparison operators, assignment operators, and even I forget. So yeah, actually there are so many things, like I read it, I know them, but the thing is, like, I do not want to cover everything in one, and it will be a little difficult for you to grasp all the knowledge. And I'm going to tell you like the best way method how you can learn and you can implement it, and without being overwhelmed. Because when you are learning something new, always we used to, our brain used to think, okay, avoid it, and you don't want to, it don't want to compute lot of things. So it always very curious to optimize, and you don't want it, want to learn in a simpler way. Okay, so we always used to tend, and that's what we are, that's why we are here, to simplify the things. And I'm just your buddy. I mean, buddy in the sense your coding buddy. So if you are facing any challenges, just let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. And first thing, you just have to keep, for example, whenever you are gonna watch it, don't watch it while you are doing something. Just watch it when you are free and you can focus on it. I'm going to take same kind of analogy like how we learned about the data types, the same kitchen analogy, and I'll tell you. So I don't know if uh, how much you are relating with it, but it's very much relatable to the kitchen, and you can, like, everyone. And it's very pretty simple, like you can think of like every home has a kitchen, and it's pretty easy. You can analyze it, the things you will look in around you. It can't be, it could be any kind of kitchen, but you will see there are ingredients. So today let's think, like, before I jump into a screen and I'll tell you, just imagine you have some ingredients. Okay, maybe let's say take turmeric, and you have rice, and you want to cook pulao. Okay, I don't know pulao, what we say in English, maybe biryani you want to cook. And you have rice, you have eggs, maybe egg biryani, because I eat most of the times daily I'm eating it. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna tell you, I'm just taking analysis. So you have eggs, that is one ingredient, or you can think of like a data type. And you have rice, chawal I was used to say. Okay, so you have two things, right? Now you want to blend them, and that is nothing but action is nothing but operation that you are going to perform with these two ingredients. So there are multiple, and might be like you are going to do, you now you will be thinking, okay, what about other things, like I'll add chili, I'll add oil, little bit of capsicum, maybe let's take example of tomato, you added and other thing. Yeah, we are going to also cook the same, like we are going to perform same operation. But you know, whenever we are performing two we are at max, like we used to do two operations, right, at a time. For example, you are mixing, first you added some little bit of what, if you'll just think of it, just forget about the coding and just think like you are, I'm giving you a demo of cooking biryani. I don't know how to cook it, but what I do, simply first I'll add little bit of oil, so that it will be, the surface will be smooth of the fry pan, or you can say that bowl. I don't know what, will be the correct word, utensil. And okay, after that, like you added one thing. Now you want to mix it with something, so you will add little bit of veggies there. So this, we are performing like we are mixing them, so that is action. So what you are doing, you are performing the action between these two. Then after that, maybe you will add something else, salt little bit of, then you are adding another thing, and that's how we do, like something we already did, now we are adding one more thing. So we are performing the operation what we already did, and with the new thing, and then we are adding. So this is nothing but a operation, that action you are doing. And for that, we say these things, where we are performing operation, we call them operand. And the thing where we are performing are using the operation that we are performing, maybe you are just stir frying or something, that is action. So we call that as a operation or operand and operator, so we call it as a operator. Okay. And now let's jump into the screen, and let me start recording it, and we'll go and we'll see. So I'll try to cover it quickly. Okay. So before jumping, but I'll give you, maybe I just told you verbally, and now we need to think about it. Okay, what we are going to do. So let's take example of it. Actually, I'm learning grammar. If you see, my communication is still not good, so I'm learning grammar. If you have any idea like how can I improve, but I felt like this is like when I'm delivering the lectures, sometimes I feel like okay, I'm not able to articulate, and I'm learning new things, and that's how we progress. And if you are also learning, I mean, Python, then don't worry, you will be master after a while. Just you have to have little patience, and uh, go slowly first, and once you build a habit, then you can run faster. Okay. And the most important thing is, don't forget about the practice. The more you practice, the more confident you will be. At starting, you will feel okay, what if we are doing, why we are doing a plus b 2 plus 3, just tell me now how to build beautiful UI and all, bro. Everything will come, but first you have to learn the basics are strong, then you can learn everything. So yeah, so I was here, let's forget about it. And so I haven't given the title yet. Maybe let me give operators, right? And first we are going to cover what we are going to cover. Okay, so first thing we are going to cover today, it's what will you say, arithmetic operators. And it will be very easy to remember, or maybe arithmetic operators. Okay. So just to forget about this, let's make we have rice, we have egg. These are you can think of like this. You created a variable x as rice, y as a egg, and this is nothing but data type. You can create a z as a egg. Okay. Yeah, so you can create so many variables, labels to each egg, each instance of egg, you can say, or each uh, like for example, I'm ordering egg from Jepto, so they are giving it in a what do we say, in a little bit of in a pocket or in a box. So in the same, you can think of like this is box 1, box 2, this is box 1, and you call them like you given them label x, y and z, and now you want to mix. So this is going to expire soon, you bought it earlier, expire soon. So you will do what we will do, you are going to cook them. So what you will do, you will say okay, let's cook x plus y. So we are doing operation. Maybe let's imagine this symbol is nothing but cooking. So this is operation, right? Okay, you are doing operation, and you are performing, you are cooking, and cooking is an operation. So you x plus y, you are denoting it. These are symbols, right? You can use in Python. They understand, and if you can relate it, I'll tell you a little bit later. So why we kept why they kept the rules, like identifier should be only contains alphabet A to Z and 0 to 9 and capital A to Z and underscore. Why don't they kept like plus minus everything in that? Just I'll tell you more, you will get more clarity on it. So this is, we call them, these are ingredients, right? And we call them as a operand. And yeah, this is operand, and this we call operator. Okay, sometimes people used to say binary operators, because if you know binary operators, because they are operating between two things, right? This is one, this is two. Binary means operating between two things, right? Just remember it. I mean, no, don't need to remember anything. Just forget and just enjoy the lecture and whatever you are saying. Right? Just open your notebook. I don't think even you need to know open notebook. Just remember most of the things, and it will be very easy, smooth. I'll make it soft landing, and you will become master. So don't worry about it. It's pretty easy. Just I'm telling you. Once you learn it, because Python is very easy compared to Java. If I have to read, I have to go through Java. It will be very difficult. I feel why they are keeping it so much things. Okay, so yeah, so now let's okay, so we got we what we learned, just I'm telling you, binary operators. Okay, so these are binary operators. Operand, I'm just telling you, operand, operator. Cooking, just remember cooking. You are going to cook something and you have to add little bit of spices, and then you have to add rice, maybe let's take, and salt. So these are all operations. So how you are going to perform now, I'm gonna tell you. If you are going to perform multiple operations, let's say first you added salt, I don't know, cooking, then added water, then you added another thing, let's say uh, ginger. I'll make something very bad. Ginger, then you add black pepper. What is the spelling of pepper? Then you added chili, and just try. And now you just subtract it. Subtract means you just take out something out of the, and you added. You just took a, okay. Let's take you took, you dipped a spoon, and you wanted to taste the syrup because you added water. So you did something like a, you can say, bit of syrup. So you removed it from it. Syrup, maybe let's say 0.5% or whatever you say. So I'm just telling you an analogy. So the same way, let's jump to the, now let we can jump into the what are arithmetic operators. Okay, so first thing is, okay, now let's just imagine, now we are dealing with the mathematics, right? So when you do 2 plus 3, so what is this? This is operation when you are performing addition of two things. So we call this is a addition when you are adding two things. Just these are mathematical operators only. Subtraction, I'm going to give you demo today as well, so I'm just covering. And there is another operation, multiplication. And you remember we are not using x for multiplication. There is and if you see in the computer, there isn't any symbol like a multiply cross, like similar to the calculator. Here we have asterisk. Asterisk, if you don't know asterisk, I mean, yeah, just search it. Star, you can say. Okay, yeah. Multiplication, I'm telling you very basic things. I never thought in that angle, that way. And then division, and now you will thinking, okay, in math we have this. Here we have two three symbols. Okay, in this one, division. So if something, you will get fractional value as well as the integer value. Suppose 2 by 3 you will say, then you will get something like 0 point what 6 something like that, right? Am I right? Yes, that's true. So it's like division. Oh, division, bro. There is, this is floor. I mean, when you are dividing, so what exactly you are getting? I mean, yeah, the, you can think of it like a coefficient. What you are getting? You can say this number, new integer value of it. Remove the fractional part. So floor division we call it, and there is percentage symbol. That is for the remainder. So you will get remainder. Let's take example of 2 by 3. So it's not dividing. So how many times you are dividing? 0 plus what is remainder? 0 times, or you can say times you are dividing. And what is remainder? 2. So 2 is will be this percentage. So these are going to be very useful. And I let me tell you in the right way what are the 9 names of this. You can think of like, okay, addition. I'm going to give you, just think of, forget about the comparison operators, just these are the arithmetic operators. This performs mathematical calculation. And if you so see, like it would be easy for me to, if I'll go through the slides, but I don't want, prefer to go through slide, because it's helping me as well as in the revision. Though these things are very common and we use. So addition, plus, minus, subtraction, multiplication, division, normal division, floor division, where you are going to get the only floor. If you use sale, then that means whatever the fractional value we are getting, suppose we are getting 0.6, then it will be 1. Here we are getting 0.6, just taking the floor. You are dropping the fractional value. Okay, modulus, percentage, and then you are getting the remainder value. And exponents means you are taking, you are want to take exponents I mean power of something. Let's take 2 to the power 3, so exponent, so you will represent it like a 2 into 3, so this is the exponent. Okay, in other languages, you will say in other programming languages it is not available, but here it's a one beautiful operator they added extra. These are the things like these we call arithmetic operators, because if you know, these are nothing but arithmetic operators. So we are going to do something now. Let's think about it. Let's write the, so we don't know the loops, if you know, or I'm not going to introduce you loop about loops, but let's think what we can do. At least we have something and we can cook something. So I'll give you some interesting examples. And if you are watching till here, then instead no, oh, so I'm so sorry, I'm saying these things, I do not want to repeat saying this kind of things. If you like it, then you will stay, otherwise it's like I'm failing somewhere, right? So not necessary. So okay, anyone is going to watch, then just think. Okay, now first thing, I'll draw it here, because you know, recently I learned, first don't jump into the IDE and do something. First try out things like how it works. So for example, you wanted to add two numbers, so what we'll do? Okay, think. First thing, we have to decide two numbers. Let's take we are going to do say a and b. We got, we give the label them a and b. So a, oh man, sorry, when operator I have to tell you, that is assignment operator. So I mean, suppose you are like it's equal symbol in Python. So we'll go through it, assignment operator, but this is most usable operator. So you can think of like there is one more operator, assignment. It's out of this thing, assignment. So remember it. When and you can think of like a, how to say, suppose, okay, you can think of like you have containers, right, in the kitchen, and now you are filling some data. So that is how we are going. So you are filling data, you are adding label. So it's like a filling the container and adding label. Okay, so let's say, so right now we have two, right? So we filled it into container when we used equal symbol. We given the label x. Okay, this is the data. Turmeric, let's take example of turmeric. This is turmeric, and what you did, simply you used this operator. That means basically you can think of like in simpler term, what we say, assignment operators. We are assigning the value 2 to the x. Okay, in mathematical we say. But if you are to analyze it, like you will what it will do, it will store it into the memory block, and it will assign a label, okay, to that point. So it's like a box. In the box you filled the two, and then you assigned a label to it. So every time you wanted to use it, just call by label. Okay, so now let's take another example. Y, we again do the same. We are assigning it, and let's say 5. Now what you wanted to, you want to perform operation over these two. So let's say you, what you did, you perform operation addition, plus y plus 2, sorry, my bad, x plus y. Now suppose, now you will get something result like, okay, so what computer will do, or what computer will do, it will say, okay, you have a, what is the value of x, 2, what is the operation, 2 plus, and what is the value of y, it will say 5. Okay, you have these two values. Now what you want, so it will compute. Okay, so the value of these two will be 5, sorry, my bad, 7. Now what do you want to do, you want to print it, you want to assign it to somewhere, like you want to give a label or not. Suppose you left it as it is, then it will say you won't. Okay, now actually most of the people say start with printing output or something, but for the time being I'm just telling you, you don't have something like a print and all. So what you will do, okay, that is done, like you just perform the operation, And suppose now you want to perform another operation, like it's like a result. So you just added a little bit of oil, and then after that you it's like oil and it's like salt, right? Now you added both and you got the result something like oil, salt, liquid, this. Now you want to give it a label, let's say. Then you got, what you will do, z. So what you'll do, z equals to x plus y. You wanted to assign it a label, right? So whatever the operation, that the value, so that whatever the value that are be after equal will be going to perform operations, like okay, this is the value, so computer will perform operation, and after that you will get this. So you can think of like these are, there is a precedence or how it's going to interpret whenever you are giving something equal. So you can think of like weighing machine where you have two things, this is z and there is x plus y. Alright. So first it will do this and then it will compare with it. Not compare. Sorry, my bad. I'm just taking my words back. That is not possible. And we are not comparing. I mean, yeah. Okay, so that's how it works. You got x plus y, whatever the result, then you assigned it a label. Otherwise, you can do this like x plus y. Okay, but what? And let's talk about one more thing before we jump into the demo. One thing, like suppose, okay, so you did something, you written the code and you did written it in a file, but how you will run it? Okay, we haven't talked about those things. So I think in this I wasn't thinking like a, okay, operators we covered so far, like a plus. Now you can say like, okay, suppose I want to do 2 into 3, so you can like do this. You want to do 2 minus 3, you can do this. But what if I wanted to print it, I wanted to see it somewhere? So there is a function. Just think like a, forget about the function, there is something syntax that you can use where you wanted, what you wanted to print, just provide it here. Suppose like you have a data type, or maybe you are just assigned a variable and you wanted to print it, you can say like this. You wanted to do another one, let's say you wanted to print z, then print. If you wanted to print directly data type, not data type, sorry, my bad, particular data, then you can do it like a print. Let's say you wanted to print a string, so let's say hello world. I'm so sorry, like I haven't started with hello world. I think I told you at the first lecture. But so print is a function to you can say print something over the console. Console means, yeah, your output screen where you wanted to see. For example, someone created the movie, now you are going to watch into theater, so they processed everything and now you wanted to see over the screen what happened, how, what is the final result of it. Okay, so you are seeing somewhere in the dashboard, so dashboard is console. Okay, and here we are going to, it will output like whatever the value. For example, for z it will be something like what we did, 7. So it will print 7 and you will see over the screen. It will, normally we call it console, and it depends on IDE what you are using. And at starting we are not going to use any IDE, and it would be best for you. So what we are going to do, simply we open your notepad. For me, like I don't know what is the right tool for to open it on MacBook. Notepad, I don't think there is notepad, so I'll use some other tool. But so you just open, and what you have to do, write the code and just like create a .py file, and it will be treated automatically. Computer will understand and you can run it. So for example, if you wanted, okay, now let's discuss about what if you wanted to run a file. I mean, you written the code, you written, okay, you written a program into the file, let's say ABC, and now you just remember keeping, if it is Python file, how it will interpret. Suppose you are giving it as an input to a interpreter. Okay, this is the file, and here I have written the code. Now can you run it? So simply this extension that is, it's going to treat, like if you notice how it will interpret, like whether it's Python file or something, you have to tell it, right? And for telling, there is extension, like if you notice, like computer, there is .exe file. So whenever you are tapping on it, it starts executing. Okay, so it's things like, okay, this is a program and it's going to run and I need to run it. So you will click and it will start installing, or something will happen there after that. So same way, you have written the code here and now you just want to run. So you will say Python. Basically you are telling, okay, Python. So this is nothing but you are calling interpreter, you can say. And you are saying, okay, I'm just giving you the file abc.py, can you run it? And then it will say, okay, let me run it, go through the file, and okay, these are the syntax and whatever. So it will convert. What it will do, it will read your file, it will convert it into the machine code, and then machine will run perfectly. Yeah, so interpreter will take care of everything. You just have to write high level language what you understand. It's like a maybe you are, you know, the Japanese or Chinese, you don't know Chinese or Japanese, and you just speaking in English, and the translator will take care of everything, or your guide will take care of everything, and it will communicate with them. Okay, you, this is the thing that person wants, and accordingly you will do. So it's a great way, like I just analyze things in a real world, and you will get to know okay how it works. So interpreter. So okay, so Python. So what we are going to do, let's jump to the screen, I mean, yeah, and we'll do it. Okay, maybe let's cover everything, then I'll go to the screen, and then you will run the program. And for printing, I told you, print a, like whatever you wanted to print, just say print, and whatever the value, it could be data type, I mean not data type, it could be variable, or you can directly pass the ingredient that you wanted to operand, or operand you can say. Okay, and it will do it. So I think now let me close it. I don't think we need to start it anymore, and let me jump. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me jump into the screen, and I'll give you the demo. Command shift 5. Oh man, I just need to think like what I'm doing. Notes, no, notepad, and what I'll use here as a notepad. Ah, God. Can I start? No, I don't want to start with this. Okay, let's start with one thing. Before jumping into the any notepad or something, just we'll use console. So open your terminal, command shift 5. Okay, let me start recording. Okay, I hope you can see my screen, right? So let me close it. This is chat GPT. Here you can see my note, it got synced into uh, another device, that's why you can see. Oh man. So just open your note, if you are using window, just search for, there will be in the left side you will see search icon, and you are already well versed, I don't need to tell. Open, for me I'm gonna open terminal. For you, you will open command prompt. If you are in a Linux, then you can open terminal, and in Linux there is a other option. And now just tell, okay, for you it will be Python, for me it's Python 3, because it, you have to specifically tell like what is Python 2 or Python 3 what you are using. I don't know why I'm itching, like mine below the nose it's itching. Okay, so you will say Python 3. So you are basically calling, okay, invoke. I mean, you will say, okay, just go and tell the interpreter if he is, it is sleeping, just invoke, and okay, it's like you are just patting on the back of your guide and saying, hey, I wanted to go this location, can you guide me? I need to talk to the shopkeeper, can you guide me how to do, like can you help me? So you will say, okay, Python 3, just go bro, and it will say, okay, I'm ready. What is your input? Okay, so here if whatever you are writing, it's going to evaluate immediately. So let's say I just giving 25, it will return you 25. It means like it's automatically printing what value you are saying. So suppose like let's say I will do without any variable, you are not assigning any label, so 5 plus 2, it will do, okay, it will return you 7. So that's the beauty of this. But it's not good for, like if you have to write a bigger program, then you, it's like we call it as a immediately console, or what we say, I don't know man what we say, like yeah. So if you are running something on console directly, it is helpful for, like sometime I use it for example, if I have confusion like whether slash slash operator, maybe the floor division operator is working perfectly or not, so I sometimes I get doubts and I do it. For example, now you are okay, so let's first learn. So now you want to perform 5 into 3, and it will give you 15, 5 3s are 15. Okay, now you wanted to do 5 by 2, 2.5, you are getting floor value, right? And now you just wanted to get 2, and what is, so 5 by, if you'll give this, this is floor value, so you will get 2. Okay, fractional value will be dropped, so by 5 by 2 you will say, okay, 2, you got 2, right? That's what we are expecting. And if you talk, okay, let me maximize man, why I'm, and let's say now you are giving 5 percentage by 2. Okay, so what you are expecting, just let me know. 5 percentage by 2 means 2 twos are 4 plus 1 remainder, so you will get 1, right? It's like okay, So that's how it's working. And let's say 5 into 2, 5 to the raise, like 5 to the power 2, 5 to the raise 2, I mean, what do we say? So exponent operator. And here 5 keep, I mean, what, how to say, power 5 raised to the 2. Okay, so it will be like 5 5s are 25, so 25. So we cover, like, these are the operations we can say. Now you just wanted to add the variables, like let's say uz, okay, x assign x value of 4. Okay, so it won't print out anything because you just said. So you can think of like, if you are not assigning it to someone, then you are just printing it. Then it will work like a print. And now you will say, okay, y, another label you said, like a 5, let's say 4 5. Now you want to perform operation, so you will say x and y. I want to add both of them, so you'll say x plus y. And if you notice, now we are not giving any, like, we are not assigning this value to someone. So what it will do, it will print it. Okay, whatever the operations that we are doing, it's gonna print it. So you can think of like an inbuilt print function is working here. But if you are assigning, then it won't work, it won't print. So you will say, okay, 5 plus 4 9, x into y, it will say, okay, it's like a 5 into 4, 20, right? X into 2. Oh man, I don't know. 4 to the power 4 raised to the power 5. And yeah, y, I don't know what will be there. 124, 1024. X divide by, I don't think we don't need to repeat the same thing. And if you want it clear, I think command L will work. Command L, I'm using command L. Maybe for you it will be control L. Okay, so now imagine you wanted to perform more than one operation. So x equals to, let's say, 5, y equals to, let's say, 7 6, and z equals to 7. You have three operands, right? And now you want to perform operations. So how you will do, you will say, okay, let me say x plus y. And after that, like, you suppose you wanted to do, I'll tell you operator precedent, but not now. For that, you will go into another lecture, and I'll tell you. Because if you, I'll tell you. So right now, what you, like, suppose you wanted to do first this operation. First you are adding, so you can say it into parenthesis. So okay, and after that, you are, whatever the result that you are going to get from this value, from parenthesis, what you will do, you will add. And you will say, okay, let me add z. So what it will do, first it's going to evaluate the content that is in the parenthesis. Suppose there is one more parenthesis, then it's going to evaluate first that one. So nested, you can think of. Now what it will do, first it's going to operate x and y, and then it will add z. So it's like, first you are adding little bit of water and salt, and then you are adding some ingredient, maybe let's say turmeric, and you will get the result. Now suppose I wanted to store it somewhere. Even you can use up arrow, and you will get the command, that the operation that you entered last. Let's say we are going it to q. So q, and now you wanted to print, just hit it q and it will print it. I'm thinking, man, it's good, but still I want to give you demo on. Okay, let me say if there is something. And when you wanted to exit it, just say, I mean, just you want to close the terminal, and you want to get back to the out of this interpreter Python, right? You can say exit, and it will enter it. And now you are in the normal mode. So vi, I'm using, let's say, hello.py, hello, and yeah, and then press enter, and you will get it. So for you, maybe open notepad. Okay, I'll tell you. So you just open notepad, and let's say print hello world. We are starting with this one, hello world. So you what you are providing, print is a function, whatever the value data that you are giving. Either you can give data directly, maybe you can say like, okay, or you can pass the label, and it will fetch the data from that. Okay, so here I'm just directly giving the, maybe you just bought something from shop, and you haven't kept it in the box, and you are using it directly from pocket, or maybe you are directly got it in your hand. Maybe you ask your neighbor, okay, can you give me a little bit of turmeric, and they provided you, or they have given you, and you came, and you just added it into directly without labeling or without doing any kind of worries. Okay, so that's how it works. Print hello world. And now I'll just close it, command X, I think, control X. Oh man, yeah, it's done. ls. So where is the Python file? Oh, my bad. I think haven't done it. Oh man, I don't know. Oh, actually, I need to use some sort of notebook because I am not good at using this. Print hello world, command zit, control G. Hey bro, what's Python hello.py, Python 3. I mean, yeah. Okay, it's not there file. Ls still I am not able to create file. hello.py. No, no, no. I mean vi vim. Okay, let's see. Print I means insert. Print. Let me do it. I mean, sometimes I'm feeling embarrassed. No man, I'm not feeling. Oh, what the heck? I think colon Q. Yeah, I think now it's done, man. I forgot everything. Okay, so the file created and I just kept the Python. You can see hello.py here. I'm so sorry, man. Python hello.py and okay, you have to use Python. I have to use Python 3 to invoke the interpreter, and you will see the result. Hello world. I know it's very simple, but still, I wasn't able to do it. I mean, I never used discriminator and all. I used it somewhere like okay, let's say Vim, and this time we'll do something. Hello.py. Oh, and okay, let's leave it. I think that's all for this video. And next video we are going to practice more. I'll create one more demo session where I'm gonna to use it. And for you, maybe let's do one thing. I will open a notepad. Let's install it, man. Let's do it. Today is weekend, so I'm gonna tell you more. So it's a raw video. I'm not gonna process it or something. I'm very lazy at editing in editing and all. So I purchased one course from Udemy. I'm gonna watch it. I want to enhance my skills, and it's good to if you when you are exploring new things. So let's see. Download Notepad. Isn't there? Oh God, it's Japanese, Chinese, or what? I don't want Japanese. What if they will? It's 3.45 star rating. I don't want. Note. I saw something. Notepad. Maybe what if I'll do notes? No, it won't help. I mean, yeah, I need something else. Maybe let's say Notepad plus plus. I wanted something raw that can be easy for you. It's bad, man. If I have to use Okay, maybe let's do it in next lecture. I'll come up with something. It available for Windows Server. CX, CZIP, and blah blah blah. Okay, leave it. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's all for the video. And in the next video, we are going to. I'll give you demo about the. Maybe I'll come up with the good ID. Not ID. Still, we are not going to use because we are going to learn indentation and all very important things, because we haven't talked about. There are so much things that we need to learn, and I do not want to give extra burden to you. So I'm just trying to simplify the things, and so we will move slowly. Tomorrow we'll cover the remaining operators, and then I just don't want to see tell you like, okay, this is operator, just go by this and this, and then, because once we learn the fundamentals, then we'll jump into the some projects. Maybe I'm good at script writing, so I'll tell you like different scenarios how to solve them. Well, I'll give you a lot of challenges as well. Maybe I'll in this way video I'll just add few simple questions to you, so you can go through and practice if you are completely new to. Thank you so much. Bye bye, and always don't forget to use ChatGPT and all other tools to learn more. So brush up your skills and all. It's good nowadays. We can leverage the AI. Thank you so much. Bye bye.